When your bladder is really full and you gotta go, sometimes getting to the bathroom and relieving that urine can be extremely pleasurable. Some may even dare to call it orgasmic. I'm Dr. Rena, Malik, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today we're going to talk about what some people like to call Peegasms, or the sensation of having an orgasm when you're relieving yourself of urine. If you're new here, I am a urologist, and you will find lots of education on my channel about sexual health, bladder health, and much, much more. If you like what you see, make sure you don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Years ago, there was a trend that started on Reddit where women started talking about how they would delay urination in order to have these things called Peegasms, and it went pretty viral. I'm going to explain exactly why sometimes the sensation of urination can be pleasurable, and is it really safe if you hold your urine? And make sure you stick around to the end, because I don't want you doing this unless you know exactly what the consequences might be. So there's a few reasons why relieving urination can be very considered pleasurable. As your bladder is getting very, very full, you're getting more and more tension and more desire to go relieve your urine. Does that sound kind of familiar to you? Getting tense and having more desire, kind of like what happens with an orgasm. So when your bladder is getting very, very full, your pelvic floor muscles will tense up to keep that urine from leaking out. That's very similar to what happens when you're about to climax. And so once you do get to release that urine, the sensation can be somewhat similar. The other reason is that the urethra, or the P tube where the urine comes from, is right underneath the clitoris, which is a very highly erogenous zone, or an area which has lots of nerve endings, and many, many women climax from having clitoral stimulation. So yes, absolutely, some people can experience some sort of relief or orgasmic sensation when they urinate after holding their pee for a long period of time. In men, sometimes we get what's called pee shivers. So if you're interested in learning about pee shivers in men, comment below and I will make a video about that as well. So what can happen if you make a habit of holding your pee to get an orgasm? Well, first and foremost, leaving urine in your bladder over long periods of time allows bacteria in your bladder to grow and multiply, and could lead to recurrent bladder infections. The other thing is that when you hold urine, you are stretching the bladder muscles. And over long periods of time, when your bladder gets used to being stretched over and over again, one, you might be having difficulty emptying your bladder completely when you urinate, or two, your bladder, in worst case scenario, will stop squeezing altogether, in which case you'll have trouble emptying your bladder at all. The third thing that can happen is that because of those pelvic floors getting damaged over long periods of times of holding your urine, you can have more leakage of urine, or urinary incontinence. And lastly, holding urine has also been linked to some risk of getting kidney stones. So if you do it once in a while, not a big deal, but making a habit of it can have really dangerous long-term consequences. And there are links down below if you want to check out some other toys that might help you get some more pleasurable relief rather than holding your bladder. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, remember to take care of yourself, because you're worth it.